Over 7,500 miles away from Washington and Lee University lies a colossal city born along the banks of the Yangtze River 3,500 years ago. As the capital of the Hubei province and home to over 10,000 people, Wuhan rests on the Zhonghong Plain and is divided by waterways into three main districts. Haiyang once hosted the majority of the city's industry. Today, this district boasts the Wuhan Qincai Grand Theater and Concert Hall, two striking superstructures resting along a lotus-covered lake. In addition to being the home of the Wuhan Philharmonic Orchestra, the twin buildings present concerts ranging from traditional Chinese instruments like the Chinese plucked zither to British a cappella groups. In the second district of Wuhan resides the famous Wuhan University, which is ranked fourth out of all universities in China. The campus sits on the banks of the expansive East Lake and is famous for its old library, peaceful woodland, and picturesque cherry blossom trees. Another Wuhan tourist site is the Yellow Crane Tower, a building first constructed in 223 AD on Snake Mountain to provide the military with a clear view from which to spot approaching forces. While the tower has been raised and reconstructed several times, it still attracts hordes of tourists and offers an expansive panorama of the cityscape and the Yangtze River. Lastly, Wuhan is the location of the Hubei Province Museum. It is most famous for its ancient bianzhong, a 5-ton set of 65 bronze bells that sound almost exactly like they did in 433 BC. In the 19th and early 20th century, Hanho, the third district, was a profitable port area divided between Britain, Russia, France, Germany, Japan, and Belgium. While the foreigners no longer have control of the district, it continues to be a business-centered area. While having some unique characteristics, these three districts of Wuhan are all tied together by a shared culture and people. Wuhan has emerged in central China as a vast city and transportation hub for river and rail traffic. Due to its location, the city's food and customs reflect a unique blend of northern and southern Chinese cultures, as well as containing cultural elements found only in Wuhan. Breakfast is an important part of the daily lives of the Wuhan people, as evidenced by an age-old saying, which advises people to eat a good breakfast, a full lunch, and a light dinner. Starting around 6 in the morning, one can hear the mechanical grinding of shop fronts opening and the greetings of shop owners to passerbys. Colorful signs mark the front of these open-air shops, and plastic chairs litter the sidewalk out front. While people have a myriad of different places from which to choose, each store tends to have loyal customers that fill up the eating area each morning. Stopping by and grabbing a meal at a specific shop becomes a habit, and faces become familiar fixtures as the years pass. As a shop owner, one's daily schedule is commanded by the dictates of running a business and providing a delicious morning meal.
这里这个顾客的年龄层是么样子？
老年人了、青年人了都有，主要还是那个工人，工应该是，
你们这家店开了几久了？
我们搞了20年了。
每天早上几点钟起来搞这个？
每天2点钟。2点钟。
2点钟起来。2点钟起来。
Wuhan boasts a variety of unique breakfast dishes, including
包子、煎包、
Another dish is
油饼、
a flour mixture seasoned with shallots and soybeans and deep fried to make a deliciously crunchy addition to any morning meal.
糯米包油条、
Provides a morning show as it is often prepared and rolled in front of the customers. The second most popular breakfast item unique to Wuhan is
豆皮
To make this dish, one must start by creating a large filmy layer of mung bean and egg on the bottom of a wok. After it begins to bubble, sticky rice is pressed onto the filmy layer. To finish off the dish, pieces of pork and tofu are sprinkled on top, and the whole thing is flipped over and cut into pieces to be served to hungry passerbys. While these unique dishes are very popular with the people of Wuhan, the one that outshines them by far is
热干面
This type of noodles is only served in Wuhan, but is so well known throughout China that most every tourist is sure to try it at least once. In fact, they most likely visit the shop whose founder originally popularized the dish and take a picture with his bronze statue outside. While Tsai Ming-wei didn't start making the dish popular until the 1930s, that has not stopped it from quickly ingratiating itself deeply into the breakfast culture of the Wuhan people. While most Americans would consider noodles a strictly lunch or dinner fare, Chinese breakfast dishes often utilize them. However,
热干面
has a unique noodle type with a different texture, recipe, and cooking method. Since shop owners often get up during the wee hours of the morning to make the noodles, customers only see the noodles being boiled a second time to make them hot again. After reheating the noodles, sesame paste and oil are added. From there, though, each shop owner has his or her own combination of ingredients to add. Popular additions include pickled vegetables, chopped garlic, chili oil, spring onions, and coriander. Variations from the original recipe can include meats such as shrimp, beef, or pork. Regardless of the ingredients, the dish fills the bellies of the customers and gives them energy to face the workday. While a lot of Wuhan natives still continue their daily routines of going to local breakfast shops, the younger generation is starting to diverge from the time-worn rhythm. With the KFC, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, or Starbucks on most every corner, dishes such as muffins, breakfast sandwiches, and cinnamon buns are starting to garner public support. As of yet, it is merely the younger generation starting to change breakfast habits. However, as the years go by and the younger generation replaces the older one, how will that affect the local shop owners? With the possible coming in of regular customers each morning, will as many owners be able to scrape by? Or will Western chains alter the breakfast culture in Wuhan? As China continues its trend towards modernization and emulation of Western first world countries, it has started to idolize and revere Western culture. In the coming decades, is a full Westernization of China going to occur, or will they find a way to preserve their unique culture spanning millenniums while still learning about and adopting some Western cultural elements?
昨夜小楼有东风，春心泛秋意上心头。恰似故人远来再相愁。今夜月稀夜朦胧，低声叹呢喃望星空。恰似回首终究一场梦。轻轻叹，哀怨轻轻唱，离愁。洗尽铅华中，悄然懵懂。轻轻叹，翻缘轻轻唱，离愁。人生何须终究换来一场负。